we talking to?
We're talking to Bessie Walker.
All right, and the question is, are we better off today or 50 years ago?
We're better off today.
We're better off today?
Yes, because,
and why do you say so?
Because for one thing, we're not able to go and eat what we please, and we have a better chance of life is better for us.
You say life is better?
Yeah.
How is it better?
Well, for one thing, we don't have to be afraid anymore, you know, to go anywhere by ourselves.
You mean like being hung or being choked to death? Or?
We don't have to worry about that anymore.
Okay. All right then.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay, goodbye. So, who are we talking with?
Yeah, we're talking with Ross Ises, a Rasta man of the Nyabingi House of Atlanta.
All right, and what you got here?
Right here we have Vegan Dream Donuts, all natural donuts and cinnamon rolls, and also donut holes we make too as well, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, so different flavors we have today. We have the orange lemon ginger, and we have the vanilla almond, coconut, very nice. And we have cinnamon rolls over here, apple almond raisin with cashews in it. I know that sounds a lot, but it's very, very good. No egg, no milk, no sugar.
Completely vegan.
Yeah, totally vegan. We make it with almond flour, almond milk, all natural things, coconut crystals, agave, you know?
All right.
So our thing is to tell the people is, we first have to realize.
Step in the sun.
Let me step in the sun. I love this sun.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So as our people, we first have to realize that we have our biggest problems that we have to accomplish and overcome, which is that we have to realize our strengths is our differences and our strength is our unity. Once we combine our differences as black people, as African descendant people, our differences is not that much, because our differences is all the same. We all are blessed with many talents, and all our talents, if we put them together and combine our differences with the unity of our strength, which is 400 million black Africans all over the world, combining that together, we are powerful, we are great, and we can accomplish anything because we do everything.
All right, now we're on Ralph David Abernathy.
Yeah, Ralph David Abernathy, a black man, a black street, where black businesses is going on. We supporting one another, we live in it. This is not a dream. My dream is vegan dream. Yeah, it's a real reality though. We also have Raw Reality, Tassili's Raw Reality. It's an actual raw vegetarian restaurant here in the West End, owned by a black woman. Yes, so we all doing this and we live in this. We want you to know that you should come down and support this because it's...
And finish sandwich had to say.
Yeah, and we doing this for you all over the world, letting you know that you can do it too. Buy black, think black, and be proud to be black, and everything else will work out itself. So said Marcus Garvey.
Okay, so the question of the day, we're here on Ralph David Abernathy on January the 19th, King Day, all over the place, all over the world. So the question is, are we better off today or 50 years ago?
Now 50 years ago would actually be
right in the heart of the King movement, Selma, Alabama, demonstrations, trying to get our civil rights.
We were more unified. We were more organized. We were more loving ourselves. We had much more dignity and pride in ourselves. I think we were much better off then.
All right then. So given 100% then and now, where would we be then? What number would be at then, and what number would be at now? Based on the 100%.
Oh, as 100%, I think really we're lowering our numbers right now. We're not gaining numbers, we're lowering numbers because we don't even speak to one another. We have no respect for one another. So we're lowering our differences in numbers very much. We don't even have the love for family, man, woman, and child. So in them days there, we did have these things which was unity, family, man, woman, and child. So I think we had much more. We have to learn from those days. We have to learn what kept us together to unify then and bring it together again now. We have the potential to do greater. This is what I do believe. We have the potential to do greater. But at this very moment, we have to learn from our history to accomplish that will.
So what would you give yesterday and compare it to today? 100% being the highest. What would yesterday be and what would today be?
I would say yesterday was 100% and right now we have 50. Woo. It's really that serious right now.
All right.
And it's dropping lower because we're losing the love for ourselves, us, just us, not just us, but just us. We're losing the love for just us. We've learned to be a lover of other nations than ourselves. So this is becoming a big problem. Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, Nelson Mandela, Malcolm X, all spoke of the love and pride for ourselves. You know? Black is beautiful was spoken by the words of Martin Luther King. So we have to be proud. That's the only way we'll rise up. If we be proud of ourselves again, you know?
All right.
That's my brother.
Thank you so much for sharing, my brother.
Respect.
Yes, sir.
Ginger. And this one is vanilla almond coconut. And these are the cinnamon rolls. This is coconut crystals inside of the cranberries. Inside. This one here is almond cashew. This one is strawberry.
Yes. Are we better off today or 50 years ago?
We were better off 50 years ago.
All right. And why would you say?
Well, because in 1966, when Dr. King had his I Have a Dream speech,
Okay, so the question is, are we better off today or 50 years ago?
we're better off 50 years ago.
And why would you say so?
Well, because 50 years ago, there was a gentleman by the name of Ben Ami, and 50 years ago, well, to be exact, 47 years ago, he and 400 people had migrated outside the confines of Chicago, and they went into the bushes of Liberia to establish the Kingdom of Yah in Dimona, Israel. And 47 years later, I stand here today to tell you that that kingdom still stands and is still here. And it's a community that's based off of truth and peace. And the problems that we have today and the problems that we had 50 years ago that we were running away from, it still stands today. We're still marching for rights. We're still fighting for equality. And the bottom line is we'll never be equal in a society that we're not accepted in. This isn't our home court. We are in someone else's turf trying to win the war. We have to go back to our turf. We have to go back to our home grounds to win this war. And our home grounds isn't politics. We're not politicians. Our home grounds, we're not mediators, man. We're spiritual beings, and we are political spiritual beings. And that's what we have to go back to in order to win this war.
So no matter whether, Musin, don't go nowhere. You know I gotta get you. So no matter what land it is, other than over here. I mean, it could be Central America, or it could be some part of Africa, some other part of Africa, whatever. But basically, what you're saying is that we need our own land base.
Yes,
I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna follow you.
Yes, that is true. That's true. However, it's bigger than that, because once you get the land, you still have to deal with the mind and the social structure of the people. So it could happen here in America. It could happen anywhere.
Okay.
But it's just the fight here and dealing with the battle will lose here because of the structure and the social structure here that's been set up for 400 years. And that's something that we have to break, and it's going to take a lot more than just what we're doing now to break it. We won't win here. We will not win. And that's why 50 years ago, Ben Ami Ben Israel had left and went into Dimona, Israel to establish a community outside of Israel, outside of America. We could be somewhere in Timbuktu as long as we know what we're doing it for. As long as we're guided by truth, righteousness, and spirituality, we can create anywhere. It's not about America is bad. It's not about Europe is bad. Everywhere is bad. Even in Africa, it's a mentality you got to fight.
Gotcha.
There's a mentality. But we have to fight this social structure. That's the bottom line. So that's why we were better off 50 years ago, because there was a thought out there that a man adopted and it manifested.
All right then. Thank you so much for sharing.
No
What's
problem.
your name again?
Ezra.
All right.
Ezra Ben Israel.
Thank you much.
All right.
Thought that they supposed to be a national holiday for Martin Luther King, but it looked like it. I can't tell. Everybody working.
Everybody working?
Everybody is working.
Okay.
I thought it was a national holiday, but shoot, I can't tell.
Okay.
Black folk working. I came over here in 1969. There was a predominantly white neighborhood. I stayed right behind that science place. Used to be the library. They made us move because we had a dog. I was back then called Negro, nigger. I had to fight white folks and black folks, and I'm still fighting today. The end of the thing.
Well, are we better off today or 50 years ago?
Well, I'm gonna put it like this here. I'm gonna answer your question. It seems like every 40, 50 years, that things are going back in a circle. Technology-wise, we better off. Some living situation, we better off, but I don't see too much moving. Out of all this fight, but the struggle's still going on.
Right.
The struggle's still going on. I mean, like I said, I don't know. Like I said, the technology done changed, but we are getting divided into cultures now, and that's the sad thing about it. There's no more black power like it was in the 60s. We were united then. We were united. Hey, brother, we have a talk like we talking now. We can't do that today. I don't know what the generation, how they teaching them. We can't whoop them. We can't teach them the Bible. We need to go back to the basics.
Okay. All right.
My name is Ronald.
Thank you, Ronald.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Take care now.
All right, brother.
Where are you going?
I'm going in this store right there.
Well, what you going in there for?
Well, I might see something that I want, and I might not, but I won't know until I go. So here I go.
Here you go. Okay. All right.
I've been playing the lottery all year long, and this is the number that I've been playing.
What is that number?
That's 3, 13, 19, 31, 56, and the Powerball is 7. Now, this is gonna win or it's not. I don't know. But guess what?
What?
I don't even know what I'm gonna do if it don't win. But I know what I'm gonna do if it does win.
I know what I'm gonna do if it wins.
You know?
I sure do.
So stay tuned. Mega Million.
All right.
Live and direct. And today or 50 years ago?
I should say 50 years.
Better off today.
We're better off today?
Yes,
And
because
why do you say, are we better off today or 50 years ago?
So what we've got to do is to begin to respect each other's opinions that's different from ours. That's not, we don't do that at no level of society.
We better off 50 years ago.
It is so beautiful out here today.
You know, some people say that this is a great day. Some people say we got it better than 50 years ago. Today. Well, I'm going to balance this thing out right here and right now. This is a great and dreadful day all at the same time. There's pluses and there's minuses about this day. But the greatest thing that I can say about this day is that there is an open, divine opportunity. Why? Because everybody's looking for something. They're looking for change. They're looking for things to be uniquely different. They're looking for freedom and justice and equality, and they're looking for a way out of having to work so hard and get so little. So today is a great and a grand opportunity. A great opportunity. Why? Because new systems have to be built. New systems have to be put in place. New systems that are going to be greedless in place. My name is Hassan to be.
Hassan what?
To be.
To be.
Yes.
You not already Hassan?
I'm Hassan and I'm Hassan to be.
Where did this to be come from?
To be come from to be. You know what to be?
No, I don't.
To be or not to be. But I chose to be. So I'm Hassan to be.
Okay. If you say so.
That sounds like the truth. So it must be the truth.
It's your truth.
Thank you.
All righty. Thumbs up again, huh? All right. Now this is the second time I've seen you do this thumbs up thing.
Oh, yeah. You know, that thumb is a very unique finger from the rest.
It's not a finger, it's a thumb.
Well, it's still a finger.
No,
it's a
it's
thumb
not.
and a finger. These are
A
things.
thumb is a thumb.
But a thumb is still a finger. A thumb is a thumb, but it's still a finger. Like a dog is a dog, but it's still a German Shepherd.
If you say so. Aren't fingers phalanges?
But yes, and toes are what?
Phalanges.
No, toes are something else.
How they know?
They sound like that, you know.
Oh, okay.
You got it.
You could be right.
You gotta look it up. Go to Google.
Google it.
In Black history, African history, that's what we're commemorating by being here today.
Great. Well, tell me this. Are we better off today or 50 years ago?
Good question. 50 years ago, we couldn't vote in a lot of places. We were rebelling. I guess we're doing the same thing today. Yeah, 50 years later. You know, we're rebelling. We're being shot, killed in the streets.
Choked to death?
Yeah, choked to death. Shot, unarmed. It means nothing. So I would say there hasn't been much improvement.
So they say we got a black president.
Yeah, who's against reparations. He opposes reparations for African people for our enslavement and dehumanization. He's opposed to it. He's opposed to it. So he's done some things to help out as far as the health care law, which the opposition he has from Congress and the rabid opposition, Republicans and I guess some Democrats. So there's been some improvements, but not. The more things change, I guess the more they remain the same.
All right then. Okay, well thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you so very much.
And we'll see you later on tonight.
Yes.
All right.
Right on. Appreciate you.
Yes, indeed. Who are we talking to?
Talking to Lex. I represent Luxor Media.
All right. Okay. And tell us a little bit about your media.
Media, we are promoting positive images of black men and women through music and through movies and short films. It's a new company that's being built. So any artists, any poets, musicians, and actors and directors out there who want to connect and really build a positive message, get at me. Name's Alexis Career. You can find me on Facebook. You can go to facebook.com/8ohms. That's 8OHMS.
Right there. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
You're a very beautiful young lady. And you know that. The fact that
link up with the brothers and the diaspora with information, education, entertainment, knowledge that is for us, by us. It's coming to a town near you. There will be subscriptions that you can subscribe to in the area of your desire. There will be a professional team of engineers and broadcasters and journalists and all those who are required to put together quality programming and knowledge that's catered to you and your interests. It's coming soon. Don't sleep on it. Get linked up as soon as you can. There's going to be opportunities. There's going to be opportunities for you to earn money, spread the word, disseminate information, as well as teach, educate, and provide what is vital to our community. Link up.
All right. More work you put in.
Well, I'm going to put it like this here. I'm going to answer your question. It seems like every 40, 50 years, things going back in a circle. Technology-wise, we better off. Some living situation, we better off, but I don't see too much movement out of all this fight, but the struggle's still going on.
Right.
The struggle's still going on. I mean, like I said, I don't know. Like I said, the technology done changed, but we are getting divided into cultures now, and that's the sad thing about it. There's no more black power like it was in the '60s. We were united then. We were united. Hey, brother, we have a talk like we talking now. We can't do that today. I don't know what the generation, how they teaching them. We can't whoop them. We can't teach them the Bible. We need to go back to the basics.
Okay. All right.
My name is Ronald.
Thank you, Ronald.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Take care now.
All right, brother.
The more work you put in, the more you get paid.
But tell me, how do you make something greedless?
Well, you have to be a greedless person yourself. And you have to think.
Explain that word greedless, what it means to you.
It's just like it is. Greedless. In other words, every system now is based on greed. Look at Facebook and YouTube and Yahoo and all of the big sites who tell you to come on, build this up. And it's free. But guess what? It's free, but they're getting paid. And they're not even sharing with the people that helped them to build that. That's what I mean. You have to, new age systems must be greedless. It must be about the collective, not the individual. Well, the individual as well, but the individual being a part of the collective. So that's number one. It must be greedless. It must not have greed attached to it. And all of the other systems would eventually have to fall to the side, because the cover would have been pulled off of it, because you would be looking at a live, real situation, scenario of how to build a new age system, a greedless system.
And honestly, I have mixed feelings about it because, you know, we can't just put this all on one particular race. You know, the real reality is we're also doing it to one another. So I think it's just about, you know, what you and I had discussed as far as community awareness and trying to unify and strengthen ourselves. I think it starts with us. I think if we come together, we can have better success with that. I notice a lot of other nationalities, ethnicities, different cultures, they have a little bit more unity than we do. And we're the most powerful race in the world. We are. So the fact that if we can come together, we'll be unstoppable. We already are. We just aren't directing our power sources in the right places. So I think, you know, organizations like yours and just opening up the community, spreading more knowledge, which is necessary, we unstoppable. We just got to get there.
Okay. So you as a young person yourself, what would you have to share to other young people about this time right now?
I think a lot has to do with, I would even say maybe envy. You look at other people, you look around and you see that perhaps they have something or they're at a place in life that you're not where you want to be yet. And instead of, I would say, networking in a positive way, coming together and saying, how can I get, you know, asking for help. There's a lot of pride, and I think there's a lot of issues surrounding just not being appreciative of what you do have. And mainly, like I keep saying, the main thing about being unified and trying to strengthen each other. Like I said, I think it's just, it's a very competitive world, but we find so much, we put too much energy in competing with each other. When we got so many beautiful shades, different just aspects of everything that we are. I'll basically say to everybody, just look and find the beauty in every single person that you meet and everything that you do. If you see something in someone else that perhaps you don't possess that same characteristic or quality, get to know them, befriend them, don't hate them, don't be angry with them or be envious of them. There's something about you that will complement them as well. I just say, can't we all just get along? Spread the love.